2017 and you're going in for an interview perhaps, or maybe you've already landed a new job and you want to show that you're the right person for the position. I'm sitting up extra straight this morning. It's easy to explain. Joining me today is Phil Blair with Manpower, of course, and Ginny Prisk, the founder of Prisk Communications, who is an expert, not the expert.
Thank you.
Yes. On how you handle yourself in an interview or any other situation when it comes to body language. Good morning to the two of you.
Good morning.
So, Phil, tell us what's going on.
Well, last week we talked about first impressions, right, and how important those are when you first meet somebody, when you're networking or going in for an interview. Followed very closely, a second in importance, is your body language during the interview or during a cocktail party or wherever you are to emote the sort of impression you want to have. So I thought, let's bring an expert. Let's be very clear. She's not the expert, an expert.
Thank you, Phil.
To talk about body language. And I want our viewers to remember these things when they're getting ready to perform.
Yeah.
Which is what an interview is.
Because, Ginny, you can be the smartest, you can be the brightest, you can be the most knowledgeable, but if you've got this slouch going on, you've got this bad handshake going on, you're not going to get the job, are you?
No, you're right, Dave. So many people think that, oh, if I've got the qualifications, that will do it. And that's part of the IQ, but we're looking at the EQ, that emotional quotient that really impacts an interviewer. So, you know, you make a first impression in, what, 7 seconds, Phil?
Wow.
And that's very quick. That's really, hello, this is my name, and a handshake. The handshake is one of the most important.
Handshake, I would think eye contact is very important.
Absolutely. And in fact, what I call it, when I'm teaching in public speaking and networking and every other skill, I refer to it as eye connection, because eye contact can have you scanning, but eye connection means you really hold the eyes of the person you're talking to.
Well, Phil, you meet people every day, and it's I guess it's something that's so obvious for you, but not so obvious for a person that doesn't do this every day.
It is, and they don't realize what they're doing. I mean, a few years ago, I had somebody in an interview cracking their knuckles because they were nervous.
Goodness, sure.
I've had people chewing gum. I mean, it's like, really? But it's really how you carry yourself and the impression you make. Because we're joking about this slouching, but you really look like a wet noodle that's not paying any attention, that has no energy. And you want to come across as a can-do, very energetic person during an interview. And the other thing is, with our military audience, we were joking, you don't want to be too stiff. Yeah, right? Sure. I mean, you're not at attention and yes, sir, no, sir, yes, sir, because they're like, whoa, easy. I got to work with you. So those are the sort of things. You can go either extreme.
Okay, Ginny, what about one of these?
Well, you know, there are varied opinions on that, Dave, and occasionally people will sit that way with their arms folded because it's cold or because it's just a comfortable way to rest.
Right.
So it's really the body tone that says what those folded arms mean. So, in fact, my headshot, my professional headshot, has my arms folded. Okay. But they're folded low, and they're in a relaxed way because I'm smiling at the same time. I would recommend in an interview, don't fold your arms. However, it's the way that you fold them, because it's what's going on in your head that indicates the arm folding.
Because you could argue that it shows some confidence that you're all about, I know what I'm doing here.
Yes, and you should know what you're doing. You should be interviewing for a position or networking and talking about a job that you are qualified for, but you would be best not to fold your arms. As you can see, I just have my hands in my lap here, and that's usually the best place.
Okay, what else? Are a couple of other things that people need to know as they walk into that interview perhaps this month, and just like they're going to blow it if they do this.
Right, right. So after we've got through the handshake, then listening becomes paramount. Now, I know that sounds perhaps a little unusual with regard to body language, but the way you listen is extremely important, and that's again making that eye connection and honouring what the person is saying and not interrupting. Let the interviewer get a question right through. Don't be jumping in with your body language all the time. Keeping your body language calm. Smiling is good. We forget to smile.
Yeah, because you're nervous.
Yes, you're nervous, and that's the first thing that usually goes. Our mouth gets frozen, and it's extremely important to smile. And the other thing is also what you do with your hands. Now, you talk with your hands, Phil does, I do, and it's how we use our hands is very, very important. The open palms towards an interviewer indicate that you have nothing to hide. You're sharing your integrity.
Right. Well, if we all had your accent, we would all get the job. That's for sure, right,
I
Phil?
think that's most of it, David. I really think it's the accent. Yeah.
People do ask me that. I say, well, I charge a lot extra for this New Zealand accent. But if you pick up my accent, then I'm talking too much. And that's not good in an interview. But the other thing I do like to add is that it's called interview for a reason. It's not just about the interviewer doing all the talking. The interviewee should also be prepared with a lot of questions and lean in, as Sheryl Sandberg said, lean into that conversation because that's what shows the interviewer that you're interested.
Man, just as you said that, I was leaning in.
You are leaning in. I know, it's very good. It looks good.
Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Phil, anytime you want to bring in a guest, it makes it a little more exciting without just you.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's what I told him.
Are you going to be the interviewer next week too? Because it's been like 2 weeks in a row. And,
Okay, guys. Thanks so much, and Happy New Year to both of you.